Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games, and today I'm playing Monster Train. Now this time on Monster Train, if you've been watching me the whole time, you know exactly who I'm going to play as, right? Because we're playing as the only clan combination that I haven't played as. Which of course is the Stygian and the Melting. Now, what do we want to do in terms of exiled or original? Soulguard, I believe we played with Soulguard the last time we played with Stygian. And what do I want with the Melting Remnant? I don't think I want the special Incant. I don't think I want the exiled with the Melting Remnant. So let's do Tethys Titan's Bane. And then would I rather have Reform a Random Unit or Burnout 2? The Reform a Random Unit is not bad. Do I want that more than the Drag? I think I do. So let's take the Primitive Mold. And we are on Covenant rank 20. This is the Crucible Cup. First one on the Crucible Cup. Let's see if I can win Covenant rank 20. -1 space on the middle floor is pretty bad. Oh, also the last Divinity battle has additional enemies, which I did not notice when I saw us unlock this. Okay, let's go. I think that's fair. I think I've considered the Seraph battle to be more dangerous than the last Divinity battle, so it's good for the last Divinity to be more dangerous. Seraph the Chaste. Seraph will remove half of any buff and debuff effect stacks. And that's basically it. You know, that's not terrible with what we have as our starting clan combination. So I'm not worried about that yet. The Sin of Failure is pretty bad because of the Looming Dark Shard. The Shattering Dark Shard, I don't remember. It says it right there. Add a Weight of Contrition to the top of your deck, but I don't remember how it happens. Because the fact that we might have things die intentionally might be a bad thing for that. And the damage shield on constructed explosives is the worst thing to see when you're playing as the Stygian. Okay, we've got a pretty bad set of first two bosses, but actually Seraph the Chaste is fine. So I think we're okay. Hallowed Drippings, interesting to start with that one. We have nothing that we can use it on yet. Crystalline Seeds, I think, is really only okay. I do like my Ice Tornadoes, though. Ice Tornadoes are not bad, especially because it has Permafrost on it. Alright. Let's look at our starting deck. The Frozen Lance is not my favorite. The Hallowed Drippings are pretty pointless currently. They do work with the Primitive Molds, but only once we have something to bring back. And of course the Train Stewards. We do have a lot of things I want to remove in my starting deck, which is not great. So, the question that I have before, Champion first or Artifact first? I'm going to try Artifact first again. So we're definitely not choosing Precious Plating compared to Vapor Funnel. I think the Vapor Funnel is just better than Precious Plating, so let's take it. And let's upgrade our champion. So those artifact choices made very little difference for this choice this time. Tethys Titan's Bane Conduit means that the Frozen Lances and the Ice Tornadoes are better on the floor that Tethys Titan Bane is. That's pretty nice. I do always like sweep units. The nice thing about this one is that it works very well against bosses because you strike the boss multiple times, put a whole bunch of spell weakness on, and then you hit the boss with a really big spell at the end. I think I'm going to choose the Conduit, though. And I don't think I want the Divine Boons, so let's just go into the first battle. Don't know how our deck works with our first battle. enemy units enter with armor 10. That's not great, but you know, we're always going to turn that on. It gives us a unit draft, which I think is pretty nice with the first one. That means we have more choices on units early. Alright, Apprentice of Light. Pretty dangerous on the first one. And we also have Tethys Titan's Bane without something to put in front of it. Should we put Tethys Titan's Bane on a floor other than floor 1? Really don't want to do that. But if we don't get a Train Steward next turn, it could be real bad for us. So I'm thinking about it. Maybe we do put this on floor 2. The other problem with putting this on floor 2 is floor 2 is smaller. There's less capacity there. Ick. I think I'm going to put Tethys Titan's Bane on floor 1. We have the Hallowed Drippings. We have the Primitive Molds. So maybe our champion dying is not so bad? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if it even happens. And I will apply Frostbite 6 to these enemies. Okay, well, there we go. So the Frostbite 5 will kill you, and it looks like it kills you before you heal him, so that's good. I do want to play the Ice Tornado at the bottom, almost definitely. Although I do kind of want to play it on the second floor as well. Let's play our Train Steward here. We want that Train Steward to die, partially so that we can reform it, but also so that Tethys Titan's Bane doesn't die. Would I rather use the Ice Tornado here right now? Actually, we can't even play it on the second floor, because here's where we get the discount. Okay, well, Ice Tornado, go. Great. That's actually a pretty good outcome. The only problem here is this Apprentice of Light, which we don't have a way to deal with yet, and the fact that we didn't get the Collector. Don't like not getting the Collector. We do have a brief respite. You didn't die because of the Ice Tornado. Oh. Well, actually wanted you to die? I kind of think we should Ice Tornado this one. Because you do nothing, and I don't think playing another Train Steward at the bottom is going to help us that much against the boss. So let's just do an Ice Tornado here. And see how we do against the boss. This turn we're going to do terrible against the boss. I expected that. I did not expect to draw 3 Primitive Molds. But I guess I could have looked in here and saw that that was an option. Doesn't matter whether we put you in front or there. Okay, so really bad so far. Let's see how we can do on the next floor. The fact that we drew all of the Primitive Molds here means that we don't have Tethys Titan's Bane back for next turn, which is not great. Okay, a Train Steward. So we did get 2 Primitive Molds, actually. So let's play the Primitive Molds. So Primitive Mold, we get a random unit, we get a Train Steward, okay. Let's try again for Tethys Titan's Bane. We got another Train Steward. That was the worst outcome, but it's not like we can fit many of these here anyway. So let's just play the 2... We're definitely playing one that burns out. Do we play the other one that burns out here? Is it better or worse than playing the one that does not burn out? Let's see here. So you 2 attack him, he attacks back and burns out. And then you 2 attack the next one. So if you were the next one, you would get 1 hit in that does 5 damage. Okay, well, better to play Frozen Lance. Okay, next floor. We got a Primitive Mold. The main problem with Primitive Mold is that If we don't get back Tethys Titan's Bane, it might not be great. It might not be as good as an Ice Tornado. We've got to try. We've got 2 primitive molds. We did not get back Tethys Titan's Bane, which means we don't get to play the Ice Tornado. Let's play the other primitive mold. We did get back you. Now you're not as good, because we can't play Ice Tornado with you. But we can play 2 Train Stewards. The one that has Burnout 2 goes where? So Burnout 2 means that we want you to attack twice. If we put you in front, then you get hit, and then you don't get your second attack. The champion has Burnout 1, which is terrible. And this Train Steward is just, you know, there. So the champion is only going to get to attack once. This one could attack twice if it is behind this one. This one would only get to attack once if it's behind this one. So I think the optimal setup is this one in the front and these 2 behind it. Which, you know, it's optimal, but it's not amazing. And we take some damage. Alright, how much damage are we taking? We seem to be taking damage in the first battle quite a lot. The daze did help. Our vapor funnel did help there. So we got 15 damage. I do like my Titan's Gratitudes. Flash Freeze is okay. The offering token is only good once you have something that you want to discard, which we don't have yet. I think I want the Titan's Gratitude. We could get a Molded, which is better than what we currently have. Although, Wicklash might be pretty good. Wicklash might be pretty good. If we're planning for our units to die, Wicklash might be good. But honestly, when we have 2 Hallowed Drippings in here, it's not amazing. So I'm really thinking about getting Molded, which seems weird because it's another thing that gets back that reforms a unit. And we have a lot of those. Is reforming a specific unit that much better than reforming a random unit? It would have been better in that first one, but how many times do we expect our units to just die? I don't think often enough for me to take that. So, question, Wicklash or Skip? I think we choose Wicklash. Now then, I do like my Cold Celias. I do really like Lady of the Reformed as well. The Wickless Baron isn't terrible. I do kind of want Cold Celia, though, because of the sweep. I really do like my sweep units. The problem with Cold Celia right now is we don't have something to put in front of Cold Celia. That's really the only problem, because we want something in front of our sweep units. Lady of the Reformed would be great there. Lady of the Reformed works really well with Wicklash and Hallowed Drippings. Let's take Lady of the Reformed, but I'm kind of sad about this choice. Okay, I do want to go to a Merchant of Magic more than a Merchant of Steel, so let's go to the right. And get this Remnant unit first. Interesting, Paraffin Enforcer along with Lady of the Reformed actually seems kind of nice. The Wickless Baron seems only okay. Let's take the Paraffin Enforcer. And the Merchant of Magic. So we want stuff here. We cannot pay for anything expensive. The Power Stone works really well on Ice Tornado or Titan's Gratitude. I kind of want Ice Tornado because I want the one that can hit back units to be better. Let's do that. And then let's put an Ember Stone on something. An Ember Stone, not on an Ice Tornado, on something that our champion doesn't make a whole lot better, like Wicklash. Wicklash or Primitive Mold. Wicklash. Okay. That's it for right now. Let's move on. So the Pyre Absorbers, they get better when we cast spells. That's not great. Spikes 3. Spikes 3 could be bad with Tethys Titan's Bane. But we do have a lot of ways to reform him. I don't know. Let's turn it on. I want that gold. I don't think our champion is extremely important to us right now. It's kind of the other things that are more important to us. Ooh, we did have an Ice Tornado in our starting turn. Our starting hand, I mean. That's pretty nice. Unfortunately, we got both of these in the starting hand. We can't play both of those and the Ice Tornado. So I think we're going to play Lady of the Reformed in front. Tethys Titan's Bane in back. And an Ice Tornado. Great. That worked out very well. The Collector at the top will die. The question is, do we kill it with a Frozen Lance or with a Train Steward or something like that? Well, considering that we're probably going to play Ice Tornado down here, we'll probably use Frozen Lance at the top. So let's start with an Ice Tornado. Great. The Ice Tornado has had the same effect both turns, and it was kind of a good effect. Yeah, I think I'd rather not get the Ember Drain, so we're going to use Frozen Lance here to get that 50 gold. By the way, the Lady of the Reformed is giving herself burnout, so she's keeping herself alive. Also, the Wicklash. Wicklash is good. Hallowed Drippings is fine. Alright, you've got lots of burnout. We just don't have anybody to put with you, because nobody else has died. We've been too effective. The Crystalline Seeds is pretty good here. The Frozen Lance is fine. And the Primitive Molds do nothing. Alright. Easy turn, even though we did not win. So it is not the greatest thing that could have happened. Remember that this one has Sweep. The High Priest of the Light having Sweep is honestly pretty bad, and I don't really consider it very often. So would I rather play 2 Train Stewards, Titan's Gratitude, 2 Train Stewards and a Titan's Gratitude, or 2 Train Stewards and a Frozen Lance? Since you've got the Sweep, 2 Train Stewards would each deal 10 damage. That's better than 1 Frozen Lance, so let's do it. And then we can do Titan's Gratitude to deal you some damage. And then next turn we have a Dead Weight. Okay. Not the best. Wait a minute, the Train Stewards only did 5, because he attacks first. Okay. Not the best. We did get our Ice Tornado though, so we win. Get our gold. Energy Siphon is not bad. Crypt Builder is also not bad. I do like Crypt Builder. I'm thinking about taking the Energy Siphon though. Or the Helical Chrysalis. Actually, all 3 of these are good options. I think I will take the Energy Siphon solely because I haven't Divinity Mastered it. Let's see if we can Divinity Master that. Another Wicklash is interesting. A Molten Encasement prevents our units from being attacked. and we get to play it multiple times because we can reform it. Pretty interesting. The other Wicklash is not bad either, but I think I like the Molten Encasement. It actually adds a unit that we want to die to our deck. Okay, Concealed Caverns. I think I care more about the artifact, a free artifact, than the ability of going to an Aversion of Steel and spending money. So let's go to the right. And I do think I like... So all three of these are ones where we can't look before we click into them, and then we're locked into choosing that one before the next one. Except for this. Oh, Extreme Stone and True Stone. We're going to get both of those, by the way. Which one of these do I want the most first? I think we care most about having a unit first because it might influence what we do in the Concealed Caverns, or with the artifact. Another Lady of the Reformed. You know, I picked the first one over a different unit, and now I kind of wish I had that different unit, because now I could pick this one. I don't know that any of those unit essences are that important to me. Let's get the Lady of the Reformed. And then let's go into the Concealed Caverns. Give me something good. The ability to duplicate many, many times. You know, we could duplicate that Ice Tornado. I kind of wish we had gone here after going to the Divine Temple and adding more to that Ice Tornado. But let's duplicate that Ice Tornado 5 times. So this Ice Tornado gets duplicated 5 times. Alright. So we can do a lot of damage with Ice Tornadoes. Let's get the artifact. Do we want our... We haven't removed any of our Train Stewards, but do we really want to keep them? Kind of don't want to keep them. But is that better than Infused Mallet? Probably. Let's take Advanced Prototype. We might actually keep some Train Stewards, which is weird. Alright, Divine Temple. We are going to get both of these. I think we put a True Stone on one of the Ice Tornadoes, so it has piercing. And I think we put Extreme Stone on Titan's Gratitude because it has attuned, so it does 175 damage. Alright. Do I want to do Engage Backed? Not right now. Not just yet. Maybe sometime. Let's go into the next one. Daedalus the Professor. So, constructed explosives enter with damage shield. That's actually pretty bad for us. We want to be able to kill them with spells, and this makes it a lot harder. Well, we have kind of no reason to put something at the top right now. We could put the Lady of the Reformed, Tethys Titan's Bane, and use an Ice Tornado. Seems pretty nice. Now, if we use an Ice Tornado before the Frozen Lances, is it better? I think it's about the same. I think it's better to use the Ice Tornado first. Okay, well, if these were cost 0 up here, I would spend them up there, but they don't, so oh well. So you're getting damaged from the constructed explosive. We did get the Paraffin Enforcer, which I like down here. I think I like it more than the Lady of the Reformed down here. Although we could put both Lady of the... No, I want the Paraffin Enforcer down here, because it would make my Lady of the Reformed better. Do I want it in front? No, because we need her to apply Burnout to herself. I think. No, actually we don't. This is a hard choice. We're going to play all 3 of these units. We could put 2 Lady of the Reforms down here and apply 5 Burnout to them. Or we could put the Paraffin Enforcer down here, apply 5 Burnout to the one that we put on the 2nd floor. I think I prefer that. So let's put this one here. And then let's add you and you to the 2nd floor. I guess we want the Train Steward to be in front because we would prefer that it dies so that we can reform it. The fact that we're very poor at reforming our units, at our units dying so that we can reform them, is a thing. We did get that stealth one, which we can't fit anywhere. Alright, so everything is dying on the 2nd floor. The 1st floor we could play this Ice Tornado, which is always good. Play the Ice Tornado. Alright, that was good. Now, we don't have anything dead to reform. We could play the Wicklash up here if we wanted to. We could play the Frozen Lance anywhere. The Titan's Gratitude, I guess, is better on the 2nd floor. So where do we want the Wicklash? I guess we want the Wicklash here. Sure. And then we will use Frozen Lance down here because sure. And then we'll use Titan's Gratitude here. Okay. That was something. We did take the damage shield off of Daedalus. That's kind of something. It's not much. We can play an Ice Tornado at the bottom. We can basically do that every turn. We have so many of them. Let's do it. Okay, and then a Frozen Lance on you. Why not? Because you gain attack, that's why not. Alright. Let's put a Train Steward up here, because I want to deal some damage to Daedalus, and I'd be fine if a Train Steward eventually dies. I don't know that a Train Steward is going to die in this one. We're just doing too well. The Crystalline Seeds is perfect with the boss down here. And then I think we do the piercing one first, so it could kill the constructed explosive through the damage shield. Oh, we only get to play one of these. Right. Okay. Well, the piercing one, clearly. Aha, we did get the constructed explosive. These Ice Tornadoes of Permafrost are really nice. So this is the Relentless phase. We're currently losing. That's not a huge surprise. Let's play the Energy Siphon on Daedalus, and then play an Ice Tornado. Alright. Now what? Nothing has died yet. We're going to use a mold some other time, I guess. Applying Burnout to you doesn't matter, so let's do it here. And do we want that Train Steward at the top? I don't know that we do, because we kind of want to reform one of these units and put it at the top. The Train Steward does have damage shield 2, though. I don't know. I think we win on the top floor either way. So let's not do anything this turn. These Ice Tornadoes are going to cost something because we don't have our champion anymore. So we might spend our turns entirely playing Ice Tornadoes. Oh, we've got the Whiplash. That does something. And we win. Alright. How do I feel about my deck so far? Not amazing. Not amazing. Do I want the Devourer of Death this time? I really don't know. The Ice and Pyre isn't terrible. But it's Pyre bound, which is not the best. I think I'm going to take the Devourer of Death this time. Let's see if we can figure out exactly how that one works. Okay, we can't take the Legion of Wax. As much as I want to. Oh man. Actually, it's pretty good to sacrifice because it adds a mote of wax. Man, the Legion of Wax. I really want the Legion of Wax, but I don't know that it's a good idea to want it. Yeah, I don't think so. So let's skip. The Incant is not bad though. No, let's skip. Okay, do we want Fell's Remorse, Herzl's Compound, or Light of Seraph? All of them make a lot of sense. The Light of Seraph works with the fact that we have so many units and we might not remove our Train Stewards. It also makes space for the Molten Encasement on the bottom floor. I think I want that. So the Light of Seraph is what we're getting this time. Pretty weird with the Stygian as your champion, as your primary clan. Do kind of want another Merchant of Magic. We could go to a lot of Merchants of Magic and they would be good. But the Unstable Vortex is also very good. And it's free. Let's go to the right. Let's look at this unit first. We're probably going to skip this. Let's skip it. Now, remove 2 cards. The Train Stewards are actually a lot better than they normally are. The Primitive Molds are pretty bad, though I do want them. The Frozen Lances are pretty bad. Okay. What do I want to get rid of? Honestly, two Primitive Molds is probably good to get rid of. Let's remove 2 Primitive Molds. I still want to remove Train Stewards, just not maybe all of them. And let's get an artifact. +3 magic power is pretty nice. Ooh, I don't think I've ever seen Memorial Fund before. I like it, but it's not for this run. I think we want Tempered Talisman. Magic power seems good. And then let's upgrade our champion. I'm pretty confident we're going to go down Conduit 2. Yeah, Conduit 2 with all of the ice tornadoes that we have, and we're going to get another one. If you didn't know that was coming. We're going to get another ice tornado. Alright, let's go into the next battle. This is the Ice Tornado deck. At the start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. Let's do it. So, how is that going to work for me? Kind of didn't decide how that was going to work before I started. I think that we want... Tethys Titansbane and a Lady of the Reformed on floor 2. So this is going to be the floor where we have our main setup now. And we're going to put a Lady of the Reformed up here so that it can kill at least a couple of those. We're going to Frozen Lance this one. So one of you is going to get to the top, and actually, you know what? The Vapor Funnel takes care of this entirely. Okay, we could have set up at the bottom. I should remember that the Vapor Funnel basically takes care of the Mark of Invasion, since I've used it to that effect multiple times. Paraffin Enforcer and Ice Tornado. So we're definitely playing one Ice Tornado in the center. Let's play the one that does not have the True Stone, because we don't need it. Nothing has died yet. We're going to keep this Ice Tornado in our hand. By the way, what do? Oh, you just get stronger as you go up. Not the most significant, honestly. Let's add a Train Steward up here, because that will kill the Collector. Wonderful. Do we want it in the front? I don't know if I want it in the front. Let's put it in the back. Killing the Collector is very nice, though. Now then, we've got a couple of Ice Tornadoes. We're going to play one of them. And the one that does 43 damage just kills them all, so let's do that. I should have played Devourer of Death first. I'm going to play both. Well, can't play both. Let's play Molten Encasement. I think I do want Fell's Remorse in this deck. Now then, do we care about Crystalline Seeds yet? I mean, I don't care for it against the boss, so let's just do it now. And then we are doing one of the piercing ones, I think. Yes, let's do that. I want to keep the Energy Siphon for the boss, potentially. And you are not dead yet, so let's do an Ice Tornado to kill you. And then we do have a Frozen Lance that we could play at the bottom, so we shall. Don't really like those Frozen Lances. We need to take them out in favor of Ice Tornadoes. So the Hallowed Drippings could go anywhere. We do want to play an Ice Tornado here. Let's do that. Alright, that was pretty nice. Now we can play Titan's Gratitude to take you out. Which means... what are we doing with the Hallowed Drippings? I think we want it on you. Think? No, I guess we want it on you. Let's play it up there. And maybe we should play another Train Steward at the top. Or we could play it at the bottom so it could die and actually get reformed eventually. Okay, I guess that's a better option. Now then, what do you anyway? Rage 3? We could hit the bottom floor with an Ice Tornado. We could Primitive Mold nothing. Okay. We do have enough Ice Tornadoes that I don't mind using one at the bottom. So let's use one at the bottom. It did almost 100 damage to the Porcupine. Alright. We're going to use a couple next turn. Alright. The Wicklash is actually quite good here. The Hallowed Drippings... guess we'll play it here. And then we have a Train Steward that I don't care to play. I don't think. Because we have 3 Primitive Molds in our deck. So I think we're just playing 2 Ice Tornadoes. And a Frozen Lance. And then you have more health than I would like you to have. going up to the top. I guess that's because of the spikes. The spikes did do a number on our champion there. So we do have an ice tornado that does 99 damage, which is not enough. But it is probably the best that we have. It's better than Paraffin Enforcer, right? Because the Paraffin Enforcer dies pretty quickly. Is it better than randomly getting one of these units back? Primitive Mold could get back one of these. And all of them are pretty decent options. But are they better than 99 damage? Probably not. So you're going to do 2 damage to the Pyre. Because you'll be dazed, but the Pyre hits you and gets 2 spike damage. Okay. I don't know that I like how well we're doing. Preserve. Apply Frozen to a card in your hand. That's actually really nice. I don't know if I've seen that card before. Let's take it. We have a lot of things that have Permafrost. Ooh, Wicked Blaze is not bad. Memento Mori is probably not great in the deck that we have. Maybe we want Crushing Demise. Solely so that we kill our units so we can bring them back. Maybe we want Crushing Demise. Sure. What deck am I building? I don't know if this is the deck I want to be building. So I want to go to the Concealed Caverns and the Unstable Vortex, so we're going to the right. Let's look at what's in the Divine Temple. Ho, Extreme Stone and True Stone again? I think we're going to take both of those again. So, Merchant of Steel, let's look at what's here. The Wick Stone is not bad. The Large Stone, I don't know how I feel about. Concealed Caverns. What do we have? Ooh, this one's good. We've only seen this one once before. Last time, I think we took the Hammer, which is not bad. I would be happy to take it again. But maybe History of the World is better. Or Frozen Nostalgia. That kind of changes the Light of Seraph into magic power. But you know, magic power is really good for us. Okay, let's take the Locket. Okay, so I don't know what we're gonna do now. What deck am I building? I'm not sure. Do I want to remove a Train Steward? Or do I want to remove one of these other things that are not great? Like the Frozen Lance. I'm going to do both. I'm going to remove one Train Steward and one Frozen Lance. There's a lot of things I want to remove. The Frozen Lances are getting a lot better, but they're still not great. We have money. Do I want a Large Stone? I mean, it goes really well on a Train Steward right now. Maybe we do put it on a Train Steward. Sure, one Train Steward is getting buffed. But it costs 3 to play it, which 3 space, I mean, which is a problematic thing. The Wick Stone is quite good. I want that on one of the Lady of the Reformed. Doesn't matter which one. Strength Stone is not terrible. I do want to purge a card. Let's get the Strength Stone. Let's put it on the Large Train Steward. And then let's re-roll. Upgrade a unit with Endless. So I really like that for my Molten Encasement, I think. The Devourer of Death, it could be good if the Devourer of Death works the way I want it to work, and we haven't actually tested it yet, so I don't know. I think I want it on Molten Encasement. And then let's purge a card. What are we going to purge? There's a lot of good options. Another Train Steward, another Primitive Mold, another Frozen Lance. Frozen Lances are getting pretty decent, though. I kind of don't need the Hallowed Drippings. Let's remove one Hallowed Drippings. I think that having the other one might still be worthwhile, but having two seems too much. 25 health on something. Probably on a Lady of the Reformed. Do I want it on the one that I've already buffed up a little bit? Sure. And then a Strength Stone on another Train Steward? Sure. We could purge another card, you know? I don't mind purging another card. And I think it's probably going to be a Frozen Lance this time. Or a Train Steward. How many Train Stewards do we want? Probably just 2. A Primitive Mold is not a terrible idea either, especially now that this one has Endless. I think I'm going to remove another Frozen Lance. 3 Frozen Lances might stay in the deck, though. Okay, next, Extreme Stone. Extreme Stone is going to go on Titan's Gratitude again. Titan's Gratitude is going to do a ton of damage. And then a True Stone is going to go on another Ice Tornado. Okay. Do I want to use Engage Pact? Not yet. We do have another Divine Temple, and another Divine Temple, and another Divine Temple. We might not use Engage Pact, actually. Because getting True Stones and Extreme Stones is very valuable. Non-boss enemy units restore all health when they move up a floor. With Crushing Demise and our ridiculous Ice Tornadoes and Titan's Gratitude, that might not be bad. I'm gonna go for it. Don't know if it's a good idea, but let's try it. I don't feel very attached to this run, which might be a bad thing. But I feel like this run is doing fine, but maybe not amazing? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how well we do. We do a lot of damage with Ice Tornadoes, and we do have a lot of Ice Tornadoes. Don't really care about the Crystalline Seeds. We might use Preserve. What do we want to preserve? Crushing Demise. Crushing Demise is what we want to preserve, so we'll wait for it to show up. This Train Steward is a ridiculous Train Steward. It's very strong. It could take up most of the second floor. Sure. Don't think we need that Lady of the Reformed, so let's see if we can kill this one. Ooh. Not quite. Which means he's going to gain back his health, which is not good for us. We could Crystalline Seeds him. That doesn't do a lot. I wonder what order those things happen. I don't know. Let's try it. I don't really want to add my Lady of the Reformed to the bottom floor, though. So you're going to gain all of your health back, which is bad for me. Because I don't know how we're going to do 170 damage on the second floor. But that's part of what I did by doing what I am doing. Oh, we're going to do Titan's Gratitude, of course. I don't want it to discard Preserve, though. And we do want to play an Ice Tornado down here. Play the Ice Tornado first. Okay, interesting result. We do want the Titan's Gratitude on you. I'd prefer to discard anything but Preserve. How about that? That was actually pretty good. And then Paraffin Enforcer. I mean, the Frozen Lance we can play, it does nothing. Paraffin Enforcer could go in front. Or it could go behind. If we put it behind, he slowly gives you more attack. If we put him in front, he quickly does it. But I don't know. The fact that you're in front means that your burnout doesn't go away. So you... Crushing Demise would kill you. Could kill you right now, in fact. Ice Tornado... I think we want to do the Ice Tornadoes first. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to preserve the Crushing Demise. The problem with it right here is that it could kill that one. We do kind of need to do another Ice Tornado here. Okay, so now is the hard part. What do we do against you? Permafrost means it gains Frozen when drawn. Frozen is removed when a card is played, typically. Well, you're not doing anything to him, so let's just do Crushing Demise and see if it kills him. It did. How about that? So this one is going to deal 5 damage to the Pyre, most likely. I am okay with that. I am also okay killing it, is the thing, which we can do with a Primitive Mold. Sure, Primitive Mold. Get you back. Let's put you up here. You burn out 1 so we don't experience the Ember Drain. And we kill him. Not bad. Let's give more burnout to you down here. Now then, what do we do against a boss? So I don't really know how well we do against bosses in this one. Wicklash is probably good to play on you. Sure. We can play 3 Ice Tornadoes. We could play the Molten Encasement on the 2nd floor, but not this floor. I mean, the Ice Tornadoes do so much damage, is the thing. Let's do the Ice Tornadoes. And then we are in a bad situation. Let's add Permafrost to this one. Or just Frost, I guess. So that we can play it on the next floor, on the 2nd floor next turn, along with something. Because the Stealth 2 does help a lot against this boss, I think. Ho ho, we got Titan's Gratitude dead. Okay. Titan's Gratitude is pretty good against bosses, it turns out. We got Improved Firebox. Huh. Doesn't do a lot... Doesn't do a lot right now. But it could do a lot later. Or we could just skip it for the 25 gold. You know, I'm gonna take it. Deal 23 damage to enemy units and apply Frostbite 10, or Ice Storm, deal 19 damage to a random enemy 5 times with the Frozen Nostalgia and the Tempered Talisman. Seems pretty nice. Seems pretty nice. Let's take it. Could take another Crushing Demise. Don't think that's what we want. Although, it's not terrible. Mortal Entrapment is okay. And that's it. I think we're gonna skip. Now what do we do? Well, remove more cards, go to the Concealed Caverns seems pretty good. That means I'm skipping a free artifact. Still think that's pretty good. Let's see what's in the Merchant of Steel. Another Immortal Stone. Don't really like that, but I do like the Wick Stone. Divine Temple has a Twin Stone and a Seek Stone. Don't really know if we're going to do anything with those. Now let's do the Concealed Caverns, see what they give us. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. So the major refraction is pretty bad when you have Frozen Nostalgia. So I think we're going to get the minor refraction. And the minor refraction could go on this Train Steward. All right. Let's make our large Train Steward also small. He's a tiny, large Train Steward. That's ridiculous. I like it. Let's do the Merchant of Steel next. So, the Wick Stone. The Wick Stone is going on a Lady of the Reformed. Very simple. Strength Stone probably goes on this Train Steward. Sure. And I don't think we get the Immortal Stone. I also don't think we purge. I think we save our money. Yeah, let's save our money. Let's purge here. 2 cards to purge. The primitive molds are getting worse. I mean, they're kind of supporting the fact that we have Crushing Demise. I could also remove another Frozen Lance, which are pretty bad when we have so many Ice Tornadoes. But we can't always play all of the Ice Tornadoes. We can only play them when our champion is around. We could remove this Ice Tornado. I don't know. I'm thinking about removing a primitive mold. Thinking about removing another Train Steward, like this Train Steward. Let's remove a Frozen Lance and a primitive mold. And then the Divine Temple. What would we want Seek Stone on? Crushing Demise is not the worst thing to put Seek Stone on, because you kind of do want it the first turn, and you don't want it the second turn. So it's not terrible. But is it good enough for me to care? I don't think so. Let's not take the Seek Stone. Twin Stone. Do we care about Twin Stone? Energy Siphon could have a Twin Stone. Actually, that one's not bad. The Ice Storm could have a Twin Stone. Wicklash could have a Twin Stone. Or Preserve, for that matter. I think we want it on... maybe nothing. Maybe the Energy Siphon. Let's think about pack shards. We've got another Divine Temple and another Divine Temple. We're going to find better things to spend our pack shards on. We've got a 100, 120-ish pack shard budget, and we're going to spend them on something else. So, Archus Darkness Incarnate. You have Looming Dark Shards, which are bad for me. And you have Shattering Dark Shards, which I don't care very much about. So let's fight and hope the Looming Dark Shards don't mess us up too much. Now then, Of course we got one at the bottom, but luckily we don't really have to do anything at the bottom in terms of spells. We can actually play the Ice Tornado, make the Frozen Lance cost more, and I would not care. Okay. And otherwise, we got basically what we want at the bottom. This is not our favorite Lady of the Reformed, but it's still a pretty good one. So let's do this. Lady of the Reformed, the Paraffin Enforcer, and Tethys Titan's Bane. And then we just go ahead and play the Ice Tornado. Make the Frozen Lance cost more. What of it? Frozen Lance we can still play. Great, the first Looming Dark Shard did not affect me that much. That makes me feel much better about this. So of course we want to play Ice Tornado. Let's start there. Alright, that was a pretty good effect. We can play the Trained Steward and the Lady of the Reformed anywhere. We could put them at the top or in the center. The problem with putting them in the center is I would have one more slot. I guess one more slot is not bad, because we do have a couple of one-slot guys. One-slot monsters. Alright, the Looming is in the center. Not too bad. We could play the Ice Tornado at the bottom. Any reason not to? No. Would love to play this Energy Siphon on the boss, but if I did, the rest of these would cost more. Maybe we play Hollow Drippings down here, consume it, and then we play Energy Siphon, and don't care about Frozen Lance. Or we could play Frozen Lance, make the Energy Siphon cost 1. I don't know. I don't know how I want to do that. So let's just not play any of them. Just play Molten Encasement. Now, what do we do against the Shattering Dark Shard? By the way, the Devourer of Death I still haven't even tested out. Partially that's because of the Frozen nostalgia. But I would have liked to test it out a little bit more by now. I guess let's play all of our cards, starting with Ice Tornado. And then a Wicklash on you. I guess we don't get to play either of those. Sure. We just Titan's Gratitude you to Extreme Death. Devourer of Death just sits in the deck. It would be good if we had more space, but when are we going to have more space? That's the question. So the Ice Tornadoes are really good right now. The Crystalline Seeds... Crystalline Seeds is only good if we play it last. I don't think we're going to play both of these Ice Tornadoes. We could. I mean, we could. Or we could just not. I think I'm going to go with not playing both Ice Tornadoes. But I am going to play a Train Steward at the top. And Crystalline Seeds will not be played. Shattering Dark Shard in the center doesn't bother me. We can play the Molten Encasement in the center again. Kind of like that. We could preserve the Crushing Demise, just in case we need it anytime. We don't really have anything to do here, so do we want to preserve Crushing Demise? There's only 2 waves remaining, so probably not. Let's preserve Ice Storm. Just keep it for one of the later turns. Okay, one wave remaining. The Looming Dark Shard is at the bottom this turn, but it's not next turn. Almost our entire hand is frozen. So let's just wait until next turn, I guess. Alright, here is the final wave, which I don't feel like we're ready for, honestly. But we can do a fair amount of damage to the boss right now. We could get that Lady of the Reformed and put it on this floor, which might be better than playing one of these Ice Storms. I think it is better than playing one of the Ice Storms. So we're going to Primitive Mold the Lady of the Reformed. And we're going to play it here. Here or here? Let's put it in the back. And then we're going to give you the extra attack, because you're going to deal more damage than this one is. This one's going to deal 0 damage, currently. Everything in our hand is frozen. So I guess we just play as many of them as we can. The better ones, because these are going to cost more next turn. They're going to cost 3 next turn. That's the main problem with this deck, is that once our champion dies, all of our cards cost too much. So we've got all of these Ice Tornadoes, and we've got the Molten Encasement. I feel like the Molten Encasement actually does more damage than an Ice Storm. So let's play the Molten Encasement. Did it do as much as an Ice Storm? Maybe, maybe not. But we can play Frozen Lance alongside it. And we could preserve this Frozen Lance, or the Deadweights, I don't know. Both of those seem like pretty bad options, so let's not do either of them. Alright, so we did a lot of damage, but honestly, we need that card. Titan's Gratitude, which we did not draw. And since we did not draw it, I don't know what we're going to do. We could play a Train Steward and the Molten Encasement. And a Primitive Mold? Okay, so Primitive Mold might be really good, or it could be so-so. Let's do Primitive Mold, which means we're not playing an Ice Tornado, which is sad. But that Lady of the Reformed... That Lady of the Reformed is probably worse than a Train Steward. But we could play it... That was actually not so great. Actually, this is the bad Train Steward. Never mind. You're better than the bad Train Steward, I think. Because you get... Yeah, you're better than a bad Train Steward. So we're putting you in back. That kind of doesn't matter because you're going to have less... No, it does matter. Okay. Well, the Molten Encasement is definitely going in the front. That just doubled how much damage we're doing. Now, the Lady of the Reformed, if we put you in front of this one, then this one dies in 3 hits. But he gets to do 60 damage twice before he dies. If we put you in the middle, then you die in 2 hits. And you get to do 30 damage before you die, but he gets to do a lot more. Okay. You go in the center. Then we can't fit this other Train Steward, and there's kind of no reason to play any of these cards. So we're going to take... Are we going to die? Oh my, we might die. Did we die? It's going to be very close. I'm not sure. Ooh, I think we died. Yeah, we died. Okay, well that run was weird. And honestly, I needed my champion to survive, and I just did not have a good way to keep my champion alive, or to specifically bring my champion back. Maybe I should have taken the molded card early on when I had the chance, because picking to get my champion back so that I could play my ridiculous ice tornadoes all the time might have been a lot better than what I did. Either way, we have now played with every single clan combination. I'm quite happy about that. We did not win our first attempt on Covenant rank 20. I'm okay with that. We'll come around next time. Since this run was a loss, no new Divine wins nor new mastered cards. On the right, I am glad to say that Trusted Priest becomes my 16th enemy for which I have registered 100 kills, where I stop counting. Goodbye, Trusted Priest. You have been checked off my list. I am also featuring Archus Darkness Incarnate, who killed me this time. Archus has registered his first kill on me. We'll have to have some revenge in a future run. On the left, I am featuring 2 spells this time. Preserve I played with for the first time this run, and I liked it. It seems so unassuming, but there are a few cards that I put in my deck for specific circumstances, and Preserve helps with that. I am, of course, also featuring Ice Tornado, since this was my Ice Tornado deck. I think I may have had 8 copies in this deck, which is ridiculous. Ice Tornado reaches my 10 battle threshold during this run. And to top off those 2 Frozen items, we have Frozen Nostalgia, which I played with for the first time. It gave me lots of spell power, perfect for a Stygian deck with tons of damage spells, like mine. And sadly, Advanced Prototype reaches my 10 battle threshold, the one reason I have to not remove Train Stewards. And I really do enjoy removing Train Stewards. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.